Okay, so we'll move on then to item 15, which is the changes to the governance arrangements, Leasowe, community homes, and George, please.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. It is a little bit complicated, but nevertheless, I think we've got to the bottom now. It's been a long, drawn-out thing trying to get to the bottom of this one, but nevertheless. The purpose of this report is to advise that the Council, as a company member of Leasowe Community Homes, will be required to vote on proposals at the Leasowe Community Homes to move to a board that is selected on the basis of skills rather than by constituency nominations, and for the company to leave your housing group, of which it is currently a subsidiary, and to become a subsidiary of Peerhead Housing Association. Leasowe Community Homes Board has agreed to move to a board recruited for the skills and experience necessary to enable the organisation to move into more diverse and commercial areas of business and demonstrate it meets the standard required by the regulator, the Homes and Community Agency, for the current business in the new operating environment. Your housing group and the Leasowe Community Home Board are satisfied that the substitution of Peerhead Housing Association for your housing group is in the interest of Leasowe Community Homes, tenants and all three organisations. The Council share, under the existing constitution, at a general meeting of the company, the Council has one vote, which is worth 24.5% of the voting rights. The tenant members have one vote, which is worth 24.5% of the voting rights, and the independent, your housing group members, have a share of the remaining 51% of the housing votes. For any special resolutions, such as changing the name of the company or changing the company's articles under company law, 75% of the company's membership must vote in favour of the resolution for it to be passed. As the independents, your housing group vote is worth 51% of the total vote, the Council has what has become known as a golden share, as it is in effect a veto over the other two constituencies represented at a company meeting unless they act together against the Council. Under the new Articles of Association, the members of the company will be Peerhead Housing Association, and up to 12 directors, of whom 2 will each be nominated by the Council and the Tenants Association. The Council and the Tenants Association will cease to be company members when directors cease to be nominated by them on the 31st of March 2020, or earlier if the law so provides, as explained in section 15. The proposed date for implementation of the above changes is the 31st of March 2017, which in turn requires all the necessary documents to be lodged with the HCA no later than the 28th of February 2017. Leasowe Community Homes consultation with its tenants over the proposed changes has now been completed. The tenants broadly support the proposals as the best that can be reasonably be achieved in the circumstances in which LCH finds itself. In order to achieve this target date, the Cabinet is requested to consider and recommend approval of the proposals to full Council at its meeting on the 19th of December 2016. And because of the urgency dictated by this timetable, to remove the right of members to call in the proposed decision. Recommendation is therefore, I ask Cabinet to agree the recommendation of the board to 1. Enable Leasowe Community Homes to become a better and more viable provider of social housing for its current and future tenants by replacing its existing legal relationship by one with other suitable housing, so with another suitable housing association. And 2. To enable Leasowe Community Homes to become involved in more diverse activities by equipping the company with a board which is sufficiently skilled to have effective oversight of a more complex business and to manage the associated risks. That's all move.
Okay, thanks George. Quite a complicated report and some very complex kind of legal issues. But anyway, George, thank you for explaining that to us. We've got the Cabinet, we've got recommendations on pages 127 and 128, as George has outlined. Can we agree with those recommendations? Agree. Thank you very much. Thanks folks. So that really takes us to the end of the meeting. I've not been notified of any urgent business. We've got a couple of items of exempt business. So at this point I'm going to move the exempt resolution to exclude the press and public. If I just read out the following recommendation, please bear with me. So under section 100, brackets A, brackets 4 of the Local Government Act 1972, the public being excluded from the meeting during consideration of the following items of business, and they are disposal of Acre Lane Professional Excellence Centre and Leasowe Community Homes Constitution. The public be excluded from those items on the grounds that they involve the likely disclosure of exempt information as defined by paragraph 3 Part 1, Schedule 12A, brackets, as amended, close brackets, to the Act. The public interest test has been applied and favours exclusion, and just make it clear the grounds upon which these items are in the exempt section of the agenda is that they include or contain commercially sensitive information.